Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to another episode of a video that I will place on my channel regarding foreign policy, politics, and history. I'm Joseph Lugo, and I wanted to put a video up today, particularly regarding Memorial Day, and wish everyone a happy Memorial Day and thank those who gave their lives for this country, United States of America, and in defense of our country and in defense of democracy. So I want to share a couple experiences I had in Arlington. Obviously, if you haven't had a chance to go there, and you do get a chance, I highly recommend it. It's an experience unlike any other. It's something that if you go there and you really take it in, it's something you'll never forget. So first, I want to go through a website here that is from the National Archives. I wanted to just put a source out there for everybody. It's very interesting and something that I found very informational and very unique in the experience that it offers. Obviously, the men and women who have served back in World War II, particularly, they're passing away, and it's good that we have sites like this from the National Archives, sites in general, cataloging all sorts of veterans' experiences from World War One and earlier to the present in Afghanistan and Iraq recently. So the more experiences we get from those people, the better off we are, because we need those stories told. And we need them to remember just exactly what the price is for our freedom and the rule of law that we enjoy. So I'm going to put a link in the description for this website, Experiencing War Stories from the Veterans History Project. So it goes through, this is broken down into categories, subjects, but within these subjects, if I click on D-Day anniversary, for instance, you come up with experiences shared from a number of soldiers. It's kind of told in story form, from in sequence, from one part of the day to later parts of service and in the war, told from different individuals. This is experiences on D-Day and D-Day after, in addition to other men and women and their experiences here. But it's broken down into all sorts of categories. So I got a couple. There's a few D-Day anniversaries here, from different years going back. So it brings up a number of service people's experiences from all walks of life, particularly the D-Days, and particularly the World War II experiences are shared from those who, most of them are passed. So whether we cherish their experiences as they share their own experiences and those of their friends and associates who did not make it home, who did give their lives to in defense of freedom and to defend against tyranny. So, and you see this kind of thing all over the internet. Really, you see these kinds of lists of experiences, but you can get online and really look up the experiences of more recent veterans from all walks of life in Afghanistan and Iraq, many of which also gave their lives, and we remember them as well. And the more you dive into this kind of thing, the more, I don't know if I could sit here and really understand or comprehend that kind of service and sacrifice, but you begin to feel how important it is, and you begin to understand, or you begin to at least feel that maybe in some small way, the significance of their experience for themselves, and really you get to feel the impact of that experiences on you, of those experiences on you, and on the nation and the world. So you can find those kinds of stories on the internet, throughout any type of search that you do. I wanted to emphasize this one here because it's pretty well organized. A lot of veterans memorial organizations will also have this kind of thing, kind of broken down into individual and their service and their accomplishments. And this goes through all sorts of veterans from all walks of life. This goes back, we got African Americans at war fighting 2 battles. I think down here, Equality and Treatment of Opportunity, Executive Order 9981. So you can go through that as part of, the experience, the movement toward equality and, equal treatment. We've got, I believe that there's there's a Medal of Honor here. I think there's an Asian American section, particularly for World War II. Right here, there are Asian Pacific Americans going for broke. Jewish veterans. And I think there is an experience in here for women at war as well. So, and then, so this is an amazing, amazing thing. Let me show you, if I just go into D-Day anniversary on the beach, and you get, and someone's story comes up. I know that going through this, Claude Woodring, I know that he, looking through kind of his life experience, passed away in, I believe, 2006. So, but you can go through here and see all the digitized. We got an interview, we got a complete interview. It's an audio interview, and they got transcripts here. Vietnam, World War I is in here as well. There is a section right here, 20 years of, no, that's the wrong section. 20 years of service, post 9/11 veterans as well. So you can choose to go through that. Very interesting, very interesting. And it, shows the more recent experiences of heroes from all walks of life as well. So this is I feel it's very important and I'm grateful for things like this, to able to help us have that gathered and to experience those things. The other thing I wanted to do was go through a few of these pictures. I had a chance to go to Arlington twice. I was down in DC for an internship, as well as later on to get some work experience. And I can tell you, there's really there's no other experience like this. You really go, when you see these graves and it puts into perspective, the weight of, you actually feel, the weight of the responsibility that these people had in serving for our country and giving their last full measure for it. And you walk through here and you get a sense of gratefulness, but you also essentially understand the sacrifice that was given. So you see a couple of these here. This picture was taken from on the hill. So you see a DC in the distance, kind of lower on the section. I have another photo of one up further on the hill here. Just an amazing, amazing thing. So, row of graves here. So another thing that I reflected on coming through here was, these men and women, before they gave the ultimate sacrifice, they weren't asked whether they were man or woman. They weren't asked whether they were African American, white, Asian American, what their background was, what their family was, what their status was, how much money their parents made, how much money they make. A lot of these people, in the struggle for equality, a lot of them were treated differently, unfortunately, and had to endure, segregation and, being treated extremely difficultly, treated in an extremely difficult way, in addition to the fact that they were fighting a war. But all of them, regardless, gave that sacrifice, and it's important to, I think, to note that and how important that is as part of America as an idea, America as a preservation of principles and rights, democracy in general as something built upon both freedom and the rule of law for human beings in general, and regardless of who they are or where they're from. So I get that impression as well. But I mean, it's such an amazing thing to go through here and be able to realize the weight of this responsibility, the effort, and the kind of effort that this is to make sure that we preserve their memory and their sacrifice in the right way. And it's a solemn place actually to be there and take that all in. So in addition to this is kind of more recent years, something that we do in my little hometown from where I'm from. It's probably similar or exactly like many of the other things you may experience in your small or middle-sized town in America, or even your large-sized town, I suppose. Just a field of flags representing soldiers fallen, and the things, the symbolism here, and the sacrifice that's represented here as well. So there's just a few more photos of that also. And you see this here, and are grateful that really you are living in the privilege and the freedom and the rule of law, really provided by that, or protected by that blood, sweat, and tears of these people. And you you really begin to understand how valuable those things are. So there's the last photo here. So I just wanted to thank you all in sharing, being able to allow me to share that with you. Again, I want to wish you a happy Memorial Day, and hope that you have a chance to enjoy what you have, as well as remembering those who gave for it. So thank you very much. And the one last thing that I want to do before we go very quickly is just send my thoughts and prayers out to the victims' families in Uvalde and in Buffalo, New York. And I'll be talking about that on another episode. This happens too much in our country, and really something that we have solutions for. So, but thank you again, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.